Won't let me go home sick? I'll see you in 30 days when I pick up my cancer meds. Back in 2010, I worked at this corner drugstore as some department manager. I was 21, fresh out of college, and I did the absolute bare minimum at that place. Like, I'm talking showing up on time and that's about it. I hated working Sundays the most because those were my Fridays and I just wanted to go home and do nothing. This one Sunday in May, I woke up feeling absolutely terrible. Like the kind of sick where you know something's really wrong. That Friday before, I'd felt a little under the weather. Saturday, I felt okay, but Sunday hit me like a truck. I made it through maybe 2 hours of my shift before I went to find my manager, Ryan. Ryan and all the other managers at that store hated me. I'm not gonna lie, I probably deserved it. I wasn't exactly employee of the month material. But when I told Ryan I needed to go home sick, he got this smirk on his face and said, "You need to get someone to come in and finish your shift." Not like, "Hey, are you okay or do you need help?" Just straight up, find your own replacement or you're staying. Fine. I called my coworker Ashley and she agreed to come in. My boyfriend at the time worked at a hotel down the street and we shared a car. So I drove to his hotel to wait for him to get off work. I was so exhausted, I just collapsed on this lobby couch and I slept there for 9 hours straight in a hotel lobby with people walking around me. When my boyfriend finally finished his shift, we drove home. That's when I started coughing and I saw blood. Not like a little bit, like actual chunks of blood coming up. My boyfriend freaked out and dragged me to the emergency room that night. They diagnosed me with strep throat and admitted me to the hospital. I figured, okay, strep sucks, but I'll be out in a few days. Monday morning, a nurse tells me I'm gonna be there at least a week. So I called the store to let them know. The manager who answered was Brad, and Brad hated me even more than Ryan did. I told him I'd be out for at least a week because I was in the hospital with strep. He goes, "You'll be out for a week for strep?" Like he didn't believe me. I was so annoyed I said, "Do you want to talk to the nurse? She's standing right here." He just goes, "No, we'll see you when you get back," in this super irritated voice. What I didn't tell him, because I didn't know yet, was that the doctors thought I had something way worse than strep. Monday afternoon, this doctor comes in and tells me he wants to do a bone marrow biopsy. I had no idea what that even was. He said my blood counts looked weird and they needed to check something. Tuesday comes around and that same doctor walks back into my room. I'll never forget what he said. He goes, "We got the results back. You have an aggressive form of leukemia and you need to start treatment immediately. We're sending you to the hospital downtown tonight to start chemo." I was 21 years old and I just got told I had cancer. I called my best friends who all worked at the drugstore with me. They came to visit and I told them the news. One of them had a shift that afternoon and told everyone at the store. The news spread fast. My manager knew, the other managers knew, everyone knew I had cancer. I spent 28 days in that hospital getting chemo, losing my hair, getting so sick I could barely move. My mom visited my store a few times during those weeks to update my store manager. My store manager was nice about it. The other managers, including Ryan and Brad, never said a single word. Not to me, not to my mom, nothing. Finally, after almost a month, I got released from the hospital. I needed to pick up my maintenance meds from the pharmacy, so I went back to my store. I was completely bald. I had bruises all over my arms from IVs. I had this bright purple PICC line sticking out of my arm that was super obvious. I'm walking towards the pharmacy in the back, and I turn down aisle 10, and there he is, Ryan, stocking vitamins like nothing ever happened. I got this huge smile on my face and yelled, "Hi, Ryan." You should have seen his face. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. His eyes went wide and he goes, "Oh my God, are you okay? How are you feeling?" I just smiled even bigger and said, "I'm great now, thanks. It's a good thing I left early that Sunday and ended up in the hospital so they found the cancer." He turned pale. You could tell he was remembering that day when he made me find my own replacement instead of just letting me go home when I was literally dying. The look on his face was absolutely perfect. Like he realized if he'd been even more difficult that day, who knows what would have happened. I grabbed my meds and left, and I never went back to work there. I ended up on disability because the next 5 months were brutal. More hospital stays, blood transfusions. I even got sepsis and almost died. But every time I think about that moment in aisle 10, seeing Ryan's face when he realized what happened, I smile. That feeling of vindication was incredible.